wife cannot satisfy him.
And they're not even husband alone.
The
Even
wife,
cheats on their spouse.
Yes. Everybody would just be saying she's cheating on her spouse, she's cheating, without knowing
the main reason why.
The root of the matter. So we want to talk about how important sex is in a marriage. Yes. How important sex is in a marriage. It is very important. It's as important as the marriage itself.
As it is as important as that love.
Yes.
You know the roots of marriage, or let me say the source of marriage is love, the feelings you both have for each other. So sex is also, after love, it is what? Another thing.
Yes, sir.
That is, you must, it's a must for you to talk about it.
Talk about it.
It's a must.
Yeah, before we deliberate more on the topic, I think I have one story here that we need to read. Somebody sent us the story. I think it will make us to expatiate more on the topic. Please listen very carefully. Like I always tell you, tell a friend to tell a friend that the program I've started. Please, post for me and I hide my identity. It's concerning the high libido girl. Mine is opposite. My wedding was supposed to be November, while my fiancé has called it off because of sex. He preferred doing it 4 times before daybreak. Whenever I visit, I prefer it like 2 times. He said even 6 times he can go. But honestly, I can't bear it. I have passed through relationship problems. Sex doesn't move me again. I like it like 2 times. He like it more than 4 times. Sex is not food. Once he die, then go say na wife kill him. It's discouraging. It's discouraging me, honestly. I prefer my type of man for peace to reign in my home. You know, the first thing I'm going to say, there are some churches that will tell you that. Even I think I was in a church some weeks back, I think. This church was saying that if you think you see a man if you think you see a lady that you like in the church, instead of harassing the lady, instead of going to meet the lady, come and meet us so that we can talk to the lady on your behalf.
To be the intermediary between the lady and the man.
Exactly. It is not bad, anyways. It is not bad. But there are some things that we need to dig deep into. There are some things that we need to talk about. There are some things that it is important they put it down and deliberate on it. Well, some people will tell you, I prefer to taste it before marriage. While some people will tell you that I cannot do it. It is okay for you to say you cannot do it. But at the same time, it is important how, there's something we call libido. Right, Rachel? There's something we call libido.
Urge.
Yes, the urge for sex. I think if there are some people that can go, like the writer said, she said she can go like, she said she likes 2 times. Yes. He said the man can go like 6 times. Before daybreak. Why she likes it like 2 times. And we have girls. Do you know we have girls that would like
they
it
have
like...
the stamina.
Yes.
They have the stamina for it. And they cannot go like a week without having sex.
Yes.
Like they cannot go a week without having sex.
Yes.
So that kind of girl, now imagine it, that kind of girl now have like a fiancé or a husband that will just be like, that person do not have maybe like high libido.
Exactly.
How will they cope?
I don't know.
Even if they love each other, that would be number 1 problem in their marriage.
Exactly.
That would be another one source of problem in a marriage. And these things, sex, especially men, they take it
very seriously.
Very serious. Like, I don't know. Maybe they are thinking about it in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the night. But it's like all what they think about. It's like they think about their lower part.
But do you know, I feel that, especially, there are some people that will tell you, I got married because of sex. I got married because I can do whatever I want with my wife at any particular point in time. I was reading a story one day, and the lady was like, I think she just, before she gave birth, he said she doesn't really like sex. She was a virgin before marriage. So it was the husband that is virgin, but the level at which she likes sex is very low. But the husband wants it all the time. She screenshots the message the husband sent to her. She posted it, where the husband was saying, at least he can be able to do whatever he wants with his wife at any particular point. Yes, he's right. It's right. Do you know why it's right? Because it is better. I know. I'm not saying you should kill yourself because of sex, but at the same time, it is important you know your capability. If this is my capability, this is your capability.
So
I think
talk about it before going to the altar.
Before going to the altar.
And even if the wife is a virgin, you know, the moment they get married, that doesn't mean that the wife will not have high libido for it.
Exactly.
It depends on the body.
Even if you are a virgin, at least there are sometimes, let us not shy away from the fact that there are sometimes, even as a single lady, you think about sex with your future husband.
The imagination.
Let's not forget, you think about it, how do you want it, social media is filled with a lot of things now. When you open Instagram or TikTok, you see a lot. So there are sometimes that you have this imagination, this is what I want with my husband, this is what I want to do with my husband. But when you get to a level where you cannot, after marriage, you and your husband, your sexual capability is low, it's definitely going to affect the marriage.
And there's another thing in marriage. Maybe like the wife.
Okay.
The wife do not have like high libido for sex, and the husband do have it. You know, a wife, even if they do not have the high libido, they can study themselves. You know, in a human body, even in a man body, you know, there are some places that if your spouse touch you there, even if you are not in the mood, you will be in the mood. You can tell your partner, though your partner may not know it, but you can tell your partner, do this for me, then I'll do whatever you want for you.
But at the same time, do you know that,
what I'm saying in this point is that, even if, there's no how, you know, libido, even if you are not in the mood, if they touch you in the right places, you will surrender.
You are right.
You will surrender.
Right. Do you know, I met with a friend one day, even though they said circumcision for a girl child is a sin. Anyways,
they said it not make them enjoy sex.
Yes, it's not even a sin. It's punishable under the law. You know, this girl, she's like a friend. Anyways, she was circumcised and she was telling someone, and the person told me, and the person was like, she doesn't enjoy sex with her husband.
That's another problem.
That's another issue on its own. She only fake it. You know, the fact that you are enjoying sex.
And the faking, you cannot enjoy anything.
You know, there are some men that will tell you that I want you to let me know that I'm touching the right part. I want you to let me know that I'm doing the right thing. Shall you understand? And you know, a girl like that, well, circumcision is another issue on its own.
But, you know, they stopped circumcising. How many years to this time?
Yeah, it's been long. You know, the girls they circumcise now, they are growing.
Yes. So that one, maybe the generation that they are not circumcising. Maybe like the teenage girl nowadays.
Like I said, circumcision is another issue on its own. We are now talking about the sexual capability of both spouse. Sure, you understand? I'm talking about how, like what the writer said. He said now she has been having problem in relationships. Okay, how many men do you want to taste before you get married? How many men do you want to taste before you get married?
And then you really want to talk it with your spouse. If you want to talk about it with your spouse, you know, there are some men that because they want to do it, they will not even tell you the truth part of it. But they notice that maybe this woman, she's not the kind of girl that loves sex like that, because they want to marry you, because they like you, and because they have feelings for you at that moment. They will like. How do we even go about that? How do we go about that?
Well, I won't. If your religion doesn't accept the fact that you have sex before marriage, good for you.
That is in the olden days.
And whatever you face in the marriage,
then you have to face it. The Lord will carry it.
I believe in something anyway. Somebody was telling me something one day. He's a guy anyway. He said he knows of a sister in the church. She's a devoted sister in the church. Why the husband doesn't really come to church, but the sister is well devoted. You know, he said the husband is when I say a chronic cheater, the husband cheats. This is a true life story. It's not a formulated story. The husband can cheat, as in he sleeps with anything on skirt. So he said the sister was worried and stuff, and the sister was telling him that she used to go on her knees every night and tell God, I don't want, whenever my husband is outside, I don't want his manhood to walk. I want the manhood to walk only when he's inside. You know the funniest thing? The guy was telling me that the husband had to come back home and tell him, what did you do to me? Whenever I meet another woman, I'm not always active. Only whenever I meet you. I think you understand what I'm saying.
So can she take it? Can she handle the
What I want to bring out of the matter
because
is...
the man is cheating because the wife cannot satisfy her.
Exactly. You know people like that now, definitely you know that the man is this man that is already outside, while the wife is this sister in the Lord. And we have people like that. But it's very important, even if you don't want to have sex before marriage, your choice.
But, cut me, it's not like maybe in boyfriend-girlfriend relationship that you go ahead, that one is just an excuse for adultery. Just using that one for, is it adultery or fornication?
Adultery. Oh, John.
Maybe you are in boyfriend or girlfriend relationship. You just know each other maybe for like 2-3 months. You are not even sure that you are going to marry each other.
Yes,
that one is fornication.
Yes,
you are just using it as an excuse. Let me see, maybe it's sexual libido is compatible with mine. That is just, you are just lying to yourself. But maybe like there's like some months to marriage or stuff like that. If you believe that, you don't have any problem with it, and your spiritual life will not be affected with it. Me, I believe that one is in the olden days, because now there are a lot of situations that people are facing.
But
there's these things that after marriage, when I was in school then, a friend of mine, a sister, she wedded then. So after marriage, immediately after marriage, the second day, the woman have to pack from her husband's house back to the family. That her husband thing is too big, that she cannot handle it.
Is it things like that?
As in, so...
Well, we have people that would tell you.
I was not imagining that in the olden days that you marry virgins, the most way to marry virgin then. So how do people cope?
But no matter what you want to do, if your religion, I don't want to mention church now, but if you think your religion doesn't accept that, good for you. But I would advise to talk about it before marriage. You know, some people would take Christianity to the extent that they will even want to talk about it. Want to bring it up, they'll be like, it is not godly.
Yes.
They
want to touch their spouse during courting is a problem.
Sex is very godly. It is when you enter the marriage, you understand that sex is godly. It is a very important thing for you to talk about. Or if your religion accepts it, then good for you. At least it will save you the stress of, I don't know. Well, I would still say some people, they did it before marriage and they still had problem
after marriage.
Yes, it happens.
In what?
In let me say you've been having sex before marriage.
Then it gets bored. It gets boring after.
Some men will tell you that I've been eating rice.
It happens in a lot of marriage though. Even I would say almost every marriage, you know. You learn. I read a book. I read a book. And it was like, it's about sexual life. So it's about everything like personality compatibility, your thinking compatibility, and sexual compatibility. There's these things as a wife. You will not be dormant for your husband on bed.
It's true.
If you are dormant just lying down on the bed for your husband, it will be boring.
It will be boring.
And men likes tasting different things.
But at the same time, there's one thing I want you to understand is, a cheater will always be a cheater. There are some men that even if you climb on top of the wall
some, but they are not men.
No, yeah. But even if you do everything for them,
they will still want to go outside.
They will still want to taste another thing. There are men like that. And if you think
that is what you're saying, look for a responsible man.
God Almighty will change him for you. But at the same time, there are some men that you need to learn one or two things, at least to satisfy up your marriage.
Even you yourself. Maybe you've been in the marriage for 5 years and you feel like your sexual relationship or your sexual things with your husband is getting boring. Learn things. We
Learn
have
things, yes.
Google now.
We have,
Yes, we
apart
have
from
a lot of things.
Google self, we have coaches all over social media. At least you need to learn things every day. It's not all about my husband is going out. How well do you develop yourself?
And there are some women that after they got married, they will just be like tying wrapper everywhere around the house. It will not be
a topic
on its own. But that is one of the reasons that caused it, you know. When the wife is no longer attractive to the husband.
Yeah, exactly.
So the man will be like, he's not even like active for the wife again.
How clean are you?
Yes.
How active are you?
So those are the things you need to do to keep your husband in the marriage.
Are you learning new things? You know, all those things are the
And new things doesn't really mean that maybe sexual alone. No. How you relate with your husband, how you cook for him. Yeah. Don't just be cooking every day. Know that, and you will know that it tastes the same thing. You cook the same thing every day. So surprise them with new things.
Yes.
Even when you less expect it.
Yes, true. So without wasting much of our time, the only advice I have for the writer is, it is better you keep changing, you keep waiting for your time. It is better you keep studying whoever you want to get married to, instead of going into a marriage.
And after like 6 months or a year, you separate again.
Where you won't have rest of mind, and the only thing you fight about every day is sex. And at the end of the day, the fear that you have, the only fear I think she has presently is the fear of losing the man.
Yes.
And if you are not very careful, at the end of the day, that fear, in fact, it will be like a big disgrace for you.
After the marriage, if they say they want to get married like that, after the marriage, and maybe the wife is just want to do it for love's sake, the love will later go.
Apart from the only thing that keeps marriage is commitment. How committed are you to the marriage? Love, there are some level you get, you will be asking yourself that, how did I even meet this man?
Why did I even
Why did I love him? That one is even, I think we'll talk about that
later
on a special day like that. So anything you want to do, please check out for your sexual compatibility. It is very important. It is very, very important. Yes, it can break a home. I think you heard me right. It can break a home. Yeah, we have so many women going out. We blame them. They this, but we don't really understand what they are going through.
What is going on in their marriage?
But if you find yourself in a situation like that and you're already married, always understand something. There is nothing. The only thing I will say is there is nothing God cannot do. Yes, there is nothing God cannot do. You can still go on your knees and tell God, this is what I want. This is what I want. I think God will do it. That's why it is important for you to put everything you want to do into the hands of God before going into the marriage. Yeah, God will do it. So don't panic. God will definitely do it. God will change that man. God will change that woman. I wish you all the best. Please, Rachel, give them a farewell message.
Oh, what I want to say is that to the single men and single ladies like me like this, because we are not saying that sex before marriage now leads to, what did I call it? Maybe misunderstanding or fight after marriage. That doesn't mean that if your heart is against it, you should do it because you want to taste it. No, it's not a must. And the God that knows that this is what you are planning and this is what you want for yourself, we give you a man that is compatible for you.
Yeah.
So just be courteous and know what you're doing. Don't go against your heart. That is what I will leave as a message.
Don't go against your heart. So before we go, like we always say, we have, we don't have anything else. The only thing we have is this advertisement. That's why we are bringing to you a very good and a very wonderful school, SEMAD International School. It's right behind Aregbe here. It is a school where we teach students. We don't teach them academics alone. We teach them a lot of things. We have handwork. It depends on what you want your child to learn. So please bring your child down to SEMAD International School. It's right at the back of Aregbe. Once you get to Aregbe, just ask, you are going to SEMAD International School. They'll point out the school to you. Like I always tell you, we are live on Abntv Nigeria on your favorite program, Unique Singles and Wives. And you can, if you think you want to advertise your business, you can call us on 070-3230-1714. And if you have one or two things to talk about, if you have one or two things to ask me, or you have one or There are things you need to tell us. There are some stories you need to tell us. Probably your true life story, and you think you need someone to share it with. Or your true life story, you need us to read it out for people to learn from it, or for people to advise you. You can call. You can send a WhatsApp message on 081 68 966 320. Again, I repeat, 081 68 966 320. Like you know, my name is Mrs. Idowu Feisha, and I have with me here.
Olabi Rachel.
Please do enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.